A block punt? Are you serious? I mean, what a way for Baltimore to get the backdoor cover. I'm sitting there, I'm watching the game last night, and people always say, well, what's your favorite play? Well, I have two favorite plays. I have the play that I bet on that I give to you, and I have the play that happens to be the biggest play here at the site. Well, last night they were one and the same. Chris Jordan had an ultra-rare 2,000-star release, of which he was a perfect 2-0 in the NFL season already this year. And at 26-10, laying 9 to 10 points, I felt pretty good because Baltimore hadn't moved the ball all damn night. And then a block punt with 4:40 to go. Next play, first and goal, touchdown. Next play, 2-point conversion. Boom, backdoor cover, Baltimore. And I thought that Seattle Russell Wilson fumble for the TD return against Detroit was a killer a couple weeks back. It only gets better. That's why there's no guarantees in gambling. Of course, where I was sad, where Chris Jordan was pissed off, Brad Wilton, Jeff Benton, Craig Davis with another teaser. They were all happy puppies last night because they all got the win. But definitely another strange Monday night game as the Dogs are now 6-2 on the season. But hey, it's all about NBA today. Yeah, I know the World Series is opening, but trust me, it's all about the NBA because I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell you at the beginning of every single season. It's the only time we have the advantage over the odds makers because they don't know anything more about these teams and what to expect than the common man. And that means the numbers are going to be softer. Now, that window of opportunity is generally small in the NBA, smaller than in college basketball, for example, even smaller than in baseball. Because what happens is that after 3 or 4 games, they have to be a rocket scientist to suddenly get sharper lines. So you have to make your move in the first couple of weeks. That's my advice. I've got a free NBA selection coming up in just a moment. I've got a World Series play coming your way as well. I'm not too sure about game number 1, but I do have a series selection in this one. Needless to say, Brad Wilton remains the hottest handicapper here at the site. No ifs, ands, or buts. Did he lose a big play on Saturday? Yes, he did. And did he come right back with a 75-dime winner on the Raiders outright at San Diego on Sunday? Did he have the 100-dime winner last night on Arizona? Fact is, he's won 25 of the last 33 days. And in that 33-day stretch, $10 bettors have won $24,020. Not bad. 100-dime winner number 14 out of 18. Your game 1 side tonight, you can save $75. Forget about the half price play of the day. This is a hell of a lot more than half price off. Save $75 by using coupon code 100DIMES, 100DIMES. Just as strong as his 100-dime winners on the Mets in games 3 and 4 against the Cubs last, Tuesday and Wednesday. Just as strong as his 100-dime winner last night on Arizona. Twice as strong as the 50-dime winner that you got at a huge discount on Friday when Kansas City won game number 6 against Toronto. And $10 bettors, by the way, in baseball alone, since they debuted at this site back in 2013, have made over $22,000. The charity play of the week is going today as well. Details on the homepage. Steve Boonan's number 1 NBA crew the past 5 years out of New York. The same crew that just went 10-5 with their 100-dime major wager releases in baseball this summer. 50-dime winner number 25 out of 36. Their Western Conference opening lock of the year. It's your Golden State New Orleans side. They went 9-2 in the NBA Finals the past 2 years, including 4 more 50-dime winners in last June's Finals. This play is just as strong as all those. You save $70, which means you get their first NBA release of the season for just $29 by using coupon code NYC29. NYC29. Okay, let's talk about the NBA here tonight. You know what? Actually, let's do the World Series pick first. How about that? Let's do the World Series pick. Listen, I don't know who's going to win game number 1 tonight. I lean a little toward the Mets, but, you have to give something to Kansas City because they've been on this stage before, where the Mets are the young team on the road, but certainly didn't bother them in the first 2 series against the Dodgers and the Cubbies, did it? And it's not like they didn't face some outstanding pitchers in Kershaw and Greinke and Arrieta and Lester. And did it deter them? Not one bit. They've got their 4 young guns going here tonight. You got Matt Harvey starting it off against Volquez for Kansas City. Volquez hasn't pitched that well in the postseason. Everybody's talking about his increased velocity. How about the fact that he's walked 4 batters in each of his 3 postseason starts? Not exactly impressive if you ask me. The bottom line is this. He's only worked 5 innings, 6 innings, and 5 2/3 innings in his first 3 postseason starts. And again, has walked 4 batters in each of them. Matt Harvey, of course, coming off that dominant performance in game number 1 against the Cubs when he pitched 7 2/3 innings, scattered 4 hits, and gave up just 2 runs. I lean a little toward the Mets in game number 1 tonight, but I think you have to look at the bigger picture in this series, and you have to look at how the rotations stack up. So you've got the Mets fully rested, going with Matt Harvey and DeGrom in game number 2, and then Syndergaard and Matz. Syndergaard outstanding at home this season. Matz pitching great in his first 8 major league starts, and with postseason experience now under his belt because of the past 3 weeks, going in games 3 and 4. So who do the Royals follow up with? They follow up with Marquez, with Johnny Cueto, who's pitched 1 game. 1 good game for the Royals, if you ask me, since they acquired him. That's it. No, and in reality, his first 2 starts for the Royals were a mixed blessing, and then his next couple were good. But then he sucked the rest of the season, had an earned run average well over 4 during the regular season. He's had 1 good playoff start, the Game 5 decision against the Houston Astros, but otherwise he's been a total failure. So, yes, I know Kansas City is 5-1 in the playoffs so far at home, but the Mets are 4-1 on the road so far in the postseason at LA and Chicago. I just think that in this rotation, when you follow Volquez with Cueto, with Ventura, and then Chris Young, who, granted, his spot start was on the money, I just would rather ride the Mets rotation throughout the series. Plus, the Mets, geez, this team just has shown no quit all season long. They just keep rebounding, and maybe this is another magical run for the Mets. It's a basically even money price for the series. So, what the hell? I would go with the Mets in the series. Now, for your complimentary play, Golden State is a 10-point favorite tonight at home against New Orleans. And this, of course, is the NBA schedule makers' bit dose of irony. These two met, of course, in the first-round playoff series last year, where the Warriors dispatched the Pelicans in 4 games. Not exactly an easy 4-game series. They struggled in a couple of them, but they took care of business. Ironically, after that series, shortly thereafter, and the Warriors win the championship, the Pelicans make a coaching change, and they bring on longtime Golden State assistant Alvin Gentry take over the team because they want to play more up-tempo. They want to put more points on the board. They want to have the ball in Anthony Davis's hands a lot more. Gee, that's a good idea, considering he averaged 31.5 points and shot 54% in the 4-game series last year. Problem here is that you have a New Orleans team that's riddled with injuries right now. Tyreek Evans, who was going to see most of the action at the point this season, had knee surgery, right? So he's out. Jrue Holiday, who's been in and out of the lineup for 3 straight years because of nonstop leg problems, he's on like a 15 to 20-minute restriction, probably till January. The backup point guard, Norris Cole, used to be with the Heat, he's out tonight. Quincy Poindexter, he's out tonight. Omar Asik, how do you pronounce his last name? Do I really care? The big 7-foot stiff. He's out tonight, the starting center. You got a lot of injury concerns here for them. Yeah, you got Eric Gordon, you got Anderson off the bench, you got AD in the lineup, but you got the Golden State Warriors tonight getting the rings. You got the Golden State Warriors also with Steve Kerr. I guess he's going to be in attendance tonight, but as you know, he's not starting the season on the bench. Luke Walton is actually coaching the team because Kerr having the back problems. You have a Golden State team that won 26-14 against the spread at home last season, so what the hell? Go ahead and lay the points in this one. The other game tonight, of course, my best bet happens to be the Chicago-Cleveland game. The Atlanta-Detroit game, listen, I handicapped the game for you. Let me just pass on a couple of notes. You got a Hawks team that won 60 games last season. You got a Hawks team that lost to Mari Carroll, who really flourished offensively in the postseason, but they've got a bunch of new parts here. I think they have a deeper bench. They got a splitter from San Antonio to back up Al Horford and give him some depth and size along the front line. They got Kent Bazemore now going in and starting. Is it Bazemore or Bazemore? I got to really look this up before I start these video reports because I didn't think of that. Starting at small forward, I don't know there. Detroit, Stan Van Gundy's team, I bet you they're a 500 team this season because he's doing what he did in Orlando. You got one great player in Andre Drummond, right? But you have to be able to space out the floor. You got to open up some space, and to do so, you need shooters. So last year he went out and he got Jody Meeks, a good 3-point shooter. Now he added Steve Blake to the equation. Caldwell Pope's back at guard. Reggie Jackson's the starting point guard, the longtime Oklahoma City Thunder backup. You still got Brandon Jennings there. They got Marcus Morris to play small forward from the Suns. You got Greg Monroe, took his money and went to Milwaukee. So you've got a revamped team. 6.5 points, though, just worries me tonight. I like the Pistons, and I think this team's going to gel. But, the Hawks, they're healthy. They've got the depth. I'd probably lean toward Atlanta in this game. I think that's a trap. But anyway, the free play is going to be Golden State playing the double digits, and the other free play is going to be the Mets in the World Series. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow when we do this again.